Hi, I'm Vivian Oliver-Hernandez. I'm the Carl Winchie Digital Learning Coach for Literacy. And in this tip of the week, I'm going to talk about Code.org and Poetry Month coming up. So April is National Poetry Month, and being a fan of blended learning, I saw this tweet that came from Code.org, and I used to use Code.org all the time in my Intro to Computer Science class, so I'm very familiar with Code.org. And basically it was about integrating poetry with coding, so the best of both worlds coming together. And I was super excited about this because this is how they're celebrating in the month of April. So I'm going to go ahead in this tip of the week show you how to get started, give you a little bit more information of Code.org and what it makes it so wonderful, and just kind of go from there. So I hope you're ready. So Code.org is a free educational platform that teaches students how to become better coders, whether they're just beginning or they're a little bit more advanced or they're intermediate. There's a whole bunch of free tutorials and lesson plans for teachers that get students started. So the reason I got really excited about this was because Code.org made a new interactive activity that celebrates Poetry Month, and that's what I'm going to take you through. If you have not ever signed up with Code.org, you can go ahead and watch one of their videos of how to sign up, or ask me and I will send you that video link of how to actually get set up. But it's pretty easy. Looking off this tweet, the first thing we're going to do in this video is go to code.org/poetry. If you want to sign up from the very beginning because you're interested in setting up classes and things like that for the future, you can always go to their main homepage, which is code.org, and go from there. But what you're going to do is do code.org poetry. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take you through a Code.org studio. We're going to do the poem art hour of code activity. And to get that started without actually having an account, you can go ahead and click start. Now I do recommend creating a free account because it will save your work. But if you want to just play with it at first and get started, you can go ahead and do that. A video does pop up. This video is important to watch because it's very motivational and gives you inspiration, plus instructions on what you're about to do in this studio. Once you watch the video, you can go ahead and move forward. If you can't watch the video in real time because you don't have headphones or you're just not able to hear it, you can have the option right next to it where it says no video, show notes. Click there and it'll give you the actual video in text and visual form. You can also download the video if it's just because you need a non-internet option to your device to watch later. So once you get done watching the video and interacting with it, you can go ahead and click X. Now here is the actual studio. So the studio has a lot of different parts to it, which I'm going to break down. The first part, we're going to start on the left-hand side of the studio, and that's the select a poem part. If you want, you can go ahead and select a preloaded poem in the library, or you can enter your own poem. So if I click enter my own, it's going to pop up an area, and I need to go ahead and include the information, title, author, and the poem. You can type this in manually, or you can go ahead and copy and paste your poem over into this section. Once you're done, I would click save, and then you'll see your poem pop up on this side. The next part of the studio is the run. So part of this module is to have art. So you will have interactive art animations in here to your choosing. And as you're going and playing with it, you can always run it to see what it looks like. So you're not guessing and thinking, oh, how does this look? You can always run it and reset so you can get a better idea of how it's looking. Another thing that you can go ahead, now we're going to move to the top, is you will see where it says poem art, different sections. These sections allow you to move forward. So it does here under instructions. The beauty of code.org is it takes you through instructions, and it even has accessibility features for you if you need those features, and how to go step by step. They don't just throw it at you all at once. Again, they take you step by step of how to actually do something. So once you get done doing that step, you would click OK, and then it will move you to the next section in that module until you are finally done. And then usually at the end, it has free play to allow you to keep practicing with your creative skills. So I love it. I love how interactive this can be. It really is go at your own pace, do what you can. It gives you so many instructions, a lot of accessibility features. You can show less or you can show more. It also has, once you're using your blocks to create your animation in code and moving it to your workspace, you can see version history. You can actually see the real code too, not just the blocks if you're more interested in that. And the version history is awesome because that's how you can go back and find something else if you decide you didn't like it. So that was a really quick tutorial of what it looks like in a code.org studio. It is free and it is interactive, and it tries to take you step by step. Now I'm going to show you the Coding with Poetry, the module. If you click View Module, it'll take you to a whole bunch of lessons, and the first one we just showed was the Lesson 1 poem art, which was the hour of code. But you can also, if you want to expand on that, go to Lesson 2, Lesson 3, Lesson 4, Lesson 5, Lesson 6, and build a whole classroom experience over poetry with code.org. The wonderful thing as a teacher that I always loved about code.org was the section where it gave you the lesson plan. So especially because I had no computer science background. Again, I'll repeat, I had no computer science background. When I was teaching Intro to Computer Science, I was learning as I was teaching. But the thing that made it easy was this lesson plan that code.org always had for me to help me go through the lesson in a content-based way with my students and make sure they were getting the curriculum and they needed to be successful, and I needed what I needed to be a successful classroom teacher and meet their classroom needs. It's wonderful. I just did a quick glance over it, but it starts with a warm-up, main activity, all the things your admin would ask for, it gives you. There are maybe some things you can do and modify. If you want to modify it to your liking, go ahead, do that. I would do that all the time. It even gives you vocabulary for the literacy part of instruction, and it is a wonderful tool to use. So like I said, you can do hour of code or you can do the whole modules and take your class through an immersive experience. Best tip is to go ahead and just sign up and get started and practice with your students. I think this is the most wonderful thing I could show y'all. Again, I'm very excited. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you're able to incorporate it into your classes. If you're a teacher, even if you're a parent, have your kids do it while they're at home, or if you're a student, you're just like, I want to try this. This is awesome. Go ahead and try it because it is awesome. And the wonderful thing that they're doing right now that I saw in the tweet earlier is they're actually giving a prize to students if they're featured on code.org with their poem art. So that's great. So if you do want to get that information, you can go to code.org's tweets or social media and they will let you know what that is, or you can email me and I will give you that as well, information. So I hope you were enjoying this. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you have a great, wonderful poetry month.